Welcome back to Real Life Recaps. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
We hope you like today's stories. The first story was posted by OwnDish0. My doctor just found a lump, and my 35 female husband, 35 male, is angry at me because of money. What should I do? Hi, everyone. I just needed to post this somewhere as I don't have any external support and I'm feeling so alone right now. I went to the doctor this morning as I've had shoulder scapular pain for almost 2 years now, and I've been to physios, osteo, massage therapists, and they couldn't figure it out or put it down to a pinched nerve. This morning, I went to the GP and they found a 7 centimeters lump on my scapula. I've been referred for an ultrasound and, if needed, biopsy. When I returned home with the news, my husband responded to this with, "Well, how much money is this going to cost?" I am so stressed about money right now. You don't realize how stressed I am about money, and your appointments have already cost so much. I don't really have many friends. All I have is my husband and 4-year-old daughter. I'm feeling so alone right now and worried about the results. I feel like my husband doesn't care about whether I live or die, and he is putting pressure on me about money, so I'm worried about going to the ultrasound appointment because of how much it will cost. I don't know where to go from here and just need advice on what to do next. I think I can maybe get the appointment bulk billed. I'm in Australia, but not sure how to go about this. Does anyone have any advice on how to deal with this? I'm feeling so alone right now. Edit. For people who are calling me disgusting and saying this post is fake, thanks for making me feel like crap even more. Didn't know that could happen after everything today. But on the other side of things, and most important side of things I should be focusing on, thank you everyone who has been so supportive and sent through information to help. I can't believe how many comments this has got. I'm trying to read through them all, and thank you for the supportive messages. It means so much to me, and I feel like I'm not so alone. Thank you so much. Small update. My husband just came into my room after I'd been out all day and verbatim said, "Have you been crying? Did something happen while you were out today?" Me, "No, I'm still upset about what happened this morning with the doctor." "I don't understand." Me, "Well, the doctor told me I have a 7 centimeter lump on my scapula. Remember I told you this morning? You were going off about the cost of it. You saw the referral and we discussed it. Do you not understand how someone would be upset by that?" "I was not going off." Me, "What?" "You said I was going off about money?" "I was not going off about money." Me, "But you were talking about money. You were only mentioning money when I told you about the lump." "Yeah, but you said I was going off about money, not just talking about it." Me, "If you don't want to talk about the actual issue here, then please leave me alone. I'm really not feeling great." "Whatever, leaves the room." And I'm still not sure what to make of this one. He always is focused on semantics to try and make issues my fault, and also denies saying things that he literally said a second ago. It's really hard, but I'm pretty sure what I need to do. If this lump turns out to be malignant, then I am a bit scared of going through it without support, but I don't think the support will be there either way, so. Update 2. So I wasn't sure how to go about this in terms of updating, so I'm just adding it to my original post. I hope that's okay. So after the terrible chat me and my husband had in the previous small update, he came back into the room about 2 hours after to talk. He said he didn't want to fight about this and could he give me a hug? I said to pause for a minute and explained how much he hurt me with his reaction, etc. He tried to interrupt a couple of times on the defense, but I shut it down to keep to the issue. I then said if he kept focusing on semantics in discussions and veering away from the topic, then it will get us nowhere. To which he said he gets defensive because he thinks I'm painting a bad picture of him, and I said, but that's the reality of what happened, and if he behaves in a bad manner, then he needs to take responsibility for that. He agreed he will move forward and try to stay on the issue more in future. Today, he has been slightly better, I could use a bit more support with our daughter, but I'm taking what I can right now. I certainly haven't forgotten how he reacted at the start, and am struggling to forgive his actions, but trying to just remain sane until this is all over. Oh, and good news. I was able to find an appointment for my scan on Monday, given it's a 3-hour drive, but willing to make the trip so I can get answers sooner. My husband said he will drive me, and he wants to come to the appointment to support me, so I am glad to have that support. Now we wait for Monday, the results to come back. I know if they say they need to do a biopsy after the scan, I'm going to be freaking out. But hopefully, it all turns out okay. I will update. Thank you so much, everyone. Your support has been amazing. I'm so glad I posted here. I feel like I have people I can turn to, and I'm so grateful for the kindness and help everyone has been able to provide. What do you think about this Reddit story? It sounds like to me she needs to divorce her nasty husband and get a newer model. But let me know your opinions on this matter in the comments section below. This story was posted by I'm Swartz. I 20 male think my brother, 24 male, has psychopathy and is trying to ruin my relationship with our parents. What should I do? TLDR. My brother Judas assaulted me, tried to steal my money, and is sowing discord between me and our parents. What do I do apart from installing cameras? I never thought I would post my personal problems on Reddit, since I've always been an observer, but I need advice on how to handle my psycho brother. I 20 male have 3 siblings, Jenny 26 female, Judas 24 male, and John 18 male. My problem is with Judas. We've always disliked each other, but 4 years ago I found out it's because he's jealous of me. His words, not mine. His confession made me try to improve our relationship. We were friendly for about a year, but holy F did it not last. He would always bother all of us, not just me, with something irrelevant like cleaning up our mess, even though he can clearly see we're busy doing something. He would always do this, especially when I had a school deadline. Whatever, it's his personality. But one day, I got sick of it and his fake attitude, and we fought. It was a small fight, more of an argument, but ever since then, we were barely on speaking terms. For about 2 years, we would only talk to each other in front of our parents, or if it was really important, so overall, we had about 10 conversations in those 2 years. For most things, I would just ask John to tell Judas my messages, since I'm closer to John. Oh, and Jenny is closer to Judas. That was our dynamic for 2 years, but our relationship got worse on the night before John's birthday. That night, I was setting up the dining area while Jenny was setting up the backyard. Judas already went out earlier in the day to buy all the party stuff, so he was in the living room playing PS4. Our parents were out with John the whole day, buying stuff he wanted, so at this point, they still weren't at home. In the dining room, we have a huge mahogany table. We only use this room for events like birthdays, so Judas usually leaves his lacrosse stuff on the table, since this room is really near the garage, so I asked him, in monotone, to remove his stuff so I can set up the plates. He ignored me, so I took all his lacrosse crap and left it in front of him. He paused his game, got up, and put it all back on the table, psycho, so naturally I took it again and placed it in front of him. This went on until he just stayed in the dining room holding his stuff on the table. At this point, we were arguing and shouting already. I was shouting at him for leaving his crap on the table in the first place and scratching it up. Then I tried to pull his lacrosse crap off the table, and because of the force, I accidentally hit his face with the back of my hand. After he pushed me against the cabinets and started beating me. When Jenny heard my shouts, she rushed in and started going in between me and Judas. She also ended up getting bruised on her legs. TWW, like big purple and yellow bruises, because Judas wouldn't stop trying to get to me, and Jenny used her body to shield me. A few minutes of this, and our parents and John got home, and they saw that I was hurt. I only got a few scrapes and bruises because Jenny protected me. After, our parents were interrogating all three of us, and Judas started acting like the victim and claiming self-defense, because I accidentally hit him. After I showed my blood and wounds to our parents and asked Judas to show his blood and wounds if it was self-defense, he got quiet. I got sick of it, so I left the living room to bandage my wounds, and John followed me to ask what happened. John believes me since he knows how fake Judas can be. Jenny acknowledges that he beat me up and went overboard, but is saying that I was asking for it since I hit him first and put his lacrosse crap on the floor. Our parents were just annoyed. They didn't care that I was just beat up. After this, I went no contact with Judas, and we didn't acknowledge each other's existence. Our parents no longer minded. In the last year, I spent more time with friends and outside than at home since I was also disappointed in our parents for not doing anything. We fought a bunch of times, actually, because they didn't defend me or punish Judas for his actions. Our parents' excuse for not parenting is that they didn't see what happened. This has also worsened our relationship. So here's what I need advice on. A few months ago, I went to New York with my high school friends to catch up since most of them are there for school. When I got back, I hid my extra money from that trip, around $3,000, in a sock which I left on top of my sock drawer. The thing is, I've been staying in my room, not going out, for the past few days, so I can see the sock from my bed. I've also been sleeping late. One day, this was in the morning, I saw that the sock was not on top of the drawer, but it was there the night before. I looked everywhere, and I found it in the personal drawer of Judas with the full amount and the exact sock of the pair. I confronted Judas, but he ran away and pretended not to know anything. I confronted our parents, but they didn't believe me since they didn't see him take it, even though they saw me spend the whole morning looking for it, and they even helped me to look for it. When I found it in Judas's drawer and showed them, they said, "At least you found it, and it's the full amount." They even scolded me and told me to keep my money in the bank. I got mad because it was safe in my room, and Judas stole it. Our parents defended Judas and even accused me of planting it there to put the blame on him, WWTF. So me and our parents started fighting again. I'm already leaving in a few months to start work out of state, so I didn't feel the need to post and ask for advice, but just today, Judas took my passport in my room and pretended to have found it in the car where our parents were driving him to the airport. A few days before, our parents John and I went to the passport office to retrieve our new passports. So all of our passports were in the car with us. I brought it into the house and left our parents' and John's passports on the coffee table and put mine in my room. Today, I couldn't find my passport in my room, and our parents started asking me where I left it, as a way to test if I remember leaving it in the car. They're insane, too. They told me Judas found it in the car and scolded me for being careless. First of all, how is it possible that I brought in our parents' and John's passports and was able to put it on the table and forget mine? They told me they don't know with me. They insist that I'm the one at fault. Even if I forgot my passport in the car, how is that a fault? They also told me it's impossible that Judas would take my passport and pretend to have found it in the car. According to them, why would he do that? Why? Because he's the spawn of Satan, of course. Judas is coming back in a week or so, and I still have a few months left before I move out, so apart from installing a in my room, what else should I do? Should I confront Judas while recording our conversation? Good idea to confront someone as insane as him? I tried doing this before about the sock money, and he ran away. I just want justice, or at the very least for our parents to believe me. I don't want my relationship with our to worsen just because of the evil spawn Judas. What would you tell this OP? Do you think family therapy would help at all? And the biggest question here is, why on earth would someone name their child Judas? Have they never read the Bible? The third story was posted by Al_Goo. My GF's 22 female friend, 24 female, invited her ex-22 male over during a girls' night behind her back. Should I stay? I 25 male have been dating Abby for over a year. We live in the same small town she grew up in. I moved here 3 years ago. We have talked about our past relationships, and she dated someone, let's call them Jake, for 1 year in high school. After that, they were on again, off again. But the last time they slept together was a month before Abby and I started dating. When we started dating, we both agreed to block or remove any ex or people we were seeing casually. Jake was one of those people. Abby has a friend named Anna. Abby says, after she was told on by a mutual friend, that one day, about 2 months ago, Anna had mentioned that Jake was leaving the country to live with family in Germany. Anna asked if Abby would like to see him. Abby said this: "It's sad he is leaving, and it would be nice to see him, but I wouldn't want to jeopardize my relationship." A couple weeks pass, and Abby comes over for a girls' night with Anna and some of her other girlfriends. At some point, there is a knock on the door. Anna strikes a huge grin and says, "I wonder who that is." It was Jake. He stayed for about 20 minutes of small talk and asked if they wanted to go to his going-away party. Abby said no. The other girls said yes. Another month passes. No one has told me about the small run-in with Jake. I go to visit one of our couple friends, Brian and Jackie. Brian tells me not to tell anyone, but tells me about the visit from Jake. Brian also mentions that Abby had slept with someone in our friend group named Todd before we had ever started dating, and that Abby had told her friends not to tell me. I had wondered how Todd had joined the friend group before. The group is made up of people that knew each other from high school, and he did not attend with them. I had expressed this to Abby, and I even said multiple times that he may be gay and involved with a friend of ours, since he seems to always come to events with a gay male friend we have. I don't understand why she would hide this from me. When I found this all out, it felt jarring. We have always made an effort to be honest with each other. Honesty is important to me, and I think without Brian, I never would have found these two things out. I told her that I wanted to break up. She is begging me to stay. She said she is going to cut off Anna entirely and that she won't keep things like this from me anymore. I don't know how to feel. What do you guys think I should do? What kind of advice would you give to this OP? Let me know in the comments section below, and please subscribe to this channel. It's 100% free. Thank you, and have a glorious day.